Hello. Alrighty. So here we go. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. We're going to do your Aquarius reading for the week of June 20th. So hot in the middle of this Mercury retrograde with all this chaos going on. If you'd have told me 6 months ago what this would all look like, I don't feel like I would have believed you. So let's take a look and see what's going on for Aquarius in the house. I'd like to hear from you though. Tell me how your Mercury retrograde is going. Let me know how you feel this energy is affecting you. I'm getting texts, phone calls, all kinds of stuff. Actually, I'm going to do a live on that in just a minute after I do Aquarius. So let's take a look with the Dragon Tarot and take a look and see what is going on for Aquarius energy right now. So this is an interesting card that has come up for us. So the Death card has come up in both Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Capricorn all day today. So I'm going to just assume that that has to do with us having all of this change that's going on, because the Death card represents change. So things are shifting quite a bit. Things are constantly in flux and moving. So right now, everything that's going on for most of us, it's just an indicator that there's a lot of change on the rise. So Death is definitely having to do with things changing, just in a big way. And what I mean by that is it's like a birth of a child is a change. Birth of a child is, you know, it changes your life. You definitely have a new lifestyle and things change out from under you the minute that baby is born, right? We have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is all about feeling pressure. So we're all feeling pressure a little differently. However, Aquarius is feeling as if they're on the hot seat because we have the Three of Wands. So that's either criticism or feeling backed into a corner or paying attention to, you know, our business, like having more of our business out there than we typically like, or feeling like we're backed into a corner. Because not only do we have the Three of Wands, we have the Five of Wands. So the Three of Wands is criticism. Feeling like people are watching you. It's hot seat. There's heat. There's flames. It's somebody paying attention to your details, maybe giving you feedback you didn't ask for, or advice, etc. We also have the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is all about being backed into a corner. So what happens when someone's backed into a corner? We have the Knight of Swords. So this is fighting energy, okay? So fighting energy really is you feeling short-tempered, a little impulsive, maybe saying things you don't mean. We have the Star card. So Aquarius has definitely got their eyes on the cosmos, so to speak, or in the heavens. We have the Fool card. You have a lot of major cards going on so far. Star, Magician, Death. We also have, let me just pick this apart for you. So we have the Death card. So maybe if this is change that's unwarranted, unwanted, planned, we feel as if maybe we've made a mistake. So I'm an Aquarius moon. So Aquarius is all about right now not liking this change, feeling as if we're being criticized for these things that are happening. However, this is happening to all of us. We do have the Magician card. So it's go time for Aquarius. There's no time for you to be sitting in the wings. There's a lot of leadership being expected of you. There is definitely some celebration that's coming up for you too. Maybe some vacation, time by water. We're seeing the Judgment card, which is the three-headed dragon, and that's tension. So the three-headed dragon, I always call this, that's that tension coming from all different corners, all different feelings and sensation of feeling like there's just deadlines, and every choice seems to hold some weight, right? We have the Five of Swords. So here's what I have to say about that. You have a lot of cards going on in all different directions, Aquarius. You have the Five of Swords, which is conflict, setting boundaries, having an argument, maybe a little bit of discord. You have the Judgment card, which is tension and stress. Very different than anxiety. Anxiety is that feeling where you don't know where it's coming from and it has no foundation and basis. However, the Judgment card is all about real deadline, real energy of pressure, and real stress. However, on the flip side, there's a lot of good things that are happening for you. You have the Fool card, which in play, the Fool card is all about being at a crossroads, making decisions, taking a look at which direction you want to go. My favorite analogy for the Fool card in general is having that moment. Just imagine the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz, okay? The Scarecrow's chilling in his cornfield, and here comes Dorothy. And she's like, come on, let's go to Oz. There's this great adventure. And the Scarecrow's like, I really could use a brain, right? And I'm not sure whether this adventure is going to pay out what I really want, because I'm pretty comfortable right here. I'm comfortable with my crows and my corn and my cute little clothes, and I have this little space that's good, and not wondering what's out there. We're just sitting there chilling, and next thing you know comes this opportunity or this thing to look at. And so the Fool card's all about the moment of having opportunity in front of you and what you're going to do with that decision. It's not necessarily about what direction you take. Six of Cups is celebration. Nine of Cups is vacation and enjoyment. So you do have a lot of fun things coming up for you. Some of you out there, Aquariuses, might be making a move because we have the Seven of Coins, and that's usually a move. So that's buying a house, selling a house, moving, may even be an office space, or even something so little as cleaning out a garage or doing some space like that. The good news is I see the Six of Swords, and that's all about things getting easier. So this is the storm breaking and things getting a little simpler for you. So you can expect the tension to lighten a little bit. Right now, Aquarius is just moving through their moods. We have the Queen of Cups, and that's all about having fully experienced emotions, not just little tiny moods or sensations. Jameson is rolling around on the floor like a freak, fiend. Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's take a look and see what Aquarius Moon has to say. Like, subscribe, and share for those of you on my other social media platforms. Please come onto my YouTube, Karma on Deck, and you can see the cards right here on the table as well as picture-in-picture, so you can see what I'm talking about if I forget to hold them up and have you an opportunity to take a look at it. So book your one-on-one with me. If you want to get a look at what your relationships and emotions look like, this is your general spread. However, if you want to take a look at what's going on with you and your relationship, hit me up. And I'm going to come back on and talk about Mercury retrograde in just a minute. So here we go. Six of Wands might be a surplus of money coming for you. 10 of Swords, which is your feeling betrayed. So right now, Aquarius is feeling as if the world is against them a little bit. You do have the Knight of Cups. If you're finding yourself to be a little emotional, there's a lot of that energy too, and you don't want to express it. So Aquarius definitely wants things to go back to the way they used to be. We have the Five of Cups. You're not enjoying what's in front of you. You really want things to go back to the way they were. I am seeing the Five of Pentacles. Aquarius has been playing with depression. I'm not saying you've gotten depressed, but there's been a huge struggle for Aquarius to really push through these moods that are happening, and they're dipping kind of low. So the Five of Pentacles is lack of hope. It really means that you're not listening to anybody right now, that whatever anybody has to say, it just isn't holding any substance for you. We are seeing the Three of Pentacles. There's a lot of computer and social media and TV time. Three of Swords is showing up, which is a good reminder. I knew we were going to see the moon. Well, I'm an Aquarius moon, so of course we're going to see the moon card, which is mapping and fearful. Worried about how things are going to pan out for us in the future, wondering how things are going to play out, and afraid, fearful, worried about how, how we're going to make things happen. Like I said, the Three of Pentacles is all about spending a lot of time on the computer, social media, or watching TV. The Three of Swords is our warning. It's our little notice to remind us that we are dealing with Mercury retrograde. So in saying that Mercury retrograde is coming, just understand that Mercury is all about communication and Cancer and all of that in play. It's all about house and home and foundation and your legacy. But also remember, give yourself extra time when you're doing your travel. Pay attention to the small fine print in the details. And remember that anything that you say in text, email, or phone conversations can get misconstrued. There's no such thing as over communication. So give yourself a little space with that. Aquarius, you do have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is all about love and balance, right? And as we're having this emotions that's coming in, Aquarius is having a tendency to isolate. We have the Four of Swords. So Aquarius is really cutting everybody off, making sure that they don't get misunderstood by not saying anything at all. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's a good tactic when I use myself often. So don't be indecisive. You do have the Two of Wands, which is indecisive, not sure which direction you want to go and how things are going. Aquarius is really looking for commitment in the hard line right now, making sure that the things that we want, our needs and whatever, are being accommodated. We do have the Queen of Swords, and that's a decision. So it's my bitch card. So maybe you're being perceived as being bitchier than you usually are. And just say that. Just say, hey, that's not coming out the way I meant it to, and I apologize, it sounded harsher. And at least if it comes out, at least own it, okay? Because truly, if we're not managing our emotions well and they are being dropped like little bombs, and we don't mean for them to be, we're just communicating the thing instead of caring about how it's heard, there's a little bit of that. So that's the Queen of Swords. my bitch card. So we all know when we're playing that card. We all know when we pull that out with the, right? We're getting to the moment where we're just like, enough. And it may not come out on the people we mean it to, and it's unwarranted and unjust. So just give yourself a little grace, as well as a little extra time and grace of those around you. And that's the only, and self-care, shit. Can't serve from an empty cup. So if you're feeling irritated, do whatever it takes. I told somebody recently, well, I can't tell you what I told her, but it basically had to do with whatever tool is necessary, use the tool. Bottle of wine, a pound of weed, I don't know. Toys in the drawer, I don't know. Do whatever is necessary for you to be the best you. And if you have to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. So the card here is Footprints from the Mystic Dream, from the Divination of the Ancients deck, which is our wrap up for that, which is the footprints. It's talking about direction. And so as you're, there's a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Solace, okay? There's a little bit of, when you align your path, when you start making plans for the next steps, there's a little bit of comfort there. So as you have these footprints and you decide what direction it is that you want to go in, you'll start to feel a little bit more secure instead of having that the whole world is changing, everything's falling apart, but you can take one step. So the footprints card here is all about taking direction. So for example, I wasn't feeling well yesterday, and even though I wasn't feeling well, I didn't want to feel like total shit, so I put my makeup on and put a dress on and felt cute just so that I didn't feel all the way terrible. So make some moves and steps toward your tomorrow that you're going to thank yourself for, and do a little bit more with that. So directions, pick a direction. Indecision is a decision, and as you sit in the middle of the road and on a fence, not knowing which direction you're going, you're kind of hamstringing yourself. So make one plan, one move, and one action today that you will thank yourself for tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Catch you on the flip side. Love and light.